I'm being told, this just in, the band is going to be signing autographs. If you'd like to get an autograph from the band, will be in the merch room. And now back to this.
Now, while I'm on stage.
Well, only if you.
Thanks, Steve.
Only
so everybody leave now and go to the Loud and Swain booth. Yeah, this is how much they love me. Couldn't get out of here fast enough. Yeah, right. Thanks. And you're going to hear him talking now backstage for the next 5 minutes. Bloody ridiculous. Hey guys, how you doing? I certainly have. Can't wait to get the hell out of Dodge before the storms come in and wipe you all out again.
Again.
Yeah, your weather sucks, in case you didn't know. That's why I left Ireland and England to be here. I did not come for the weather, but very happy to see your happy, smiling faces. What do you want?
I was wondering if you could rewrite the way Crowley died, how would you do it?
Write your own fan
You
fiction.
told me that.
I'm dead, I don't care.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next. There's going to be a fast panel later.
First of all, I just love to say I love you and everything you do.
Are you talking out of a hole in your chest? What's going on?
Apparently, I must be. Sorry.
All right.
I love you and everything you do. My question is...
Everything I do? I mean, are you following me around and grocery shopping, showering? That's kind of weird.
Okay, my question is, the boys have baby. If you could have driven...
The boys have baby.
If you could have driven or ridden any motorcycle
I have the trunk.
Any supernatural, which would it be?
I already answered your question. You obviously weren't listening.
I would like a better answer.
Well, then you should go to a different panel. Right now, so if you're not really fast, you can probably catch them up. Good luck with that. I have a way nicer car than a freaking Chevy. What do you want?
Hi, Mark. I just want to say my boyfriend and I both loved you.
Are you now boasting that you have a boyfriend?
Yes, I am. We loved you in Leverage.
Yes.
And I made a difficult decision to be here today because he ran a marathon this morning, his very first
I know you're boasting that he runs marathons.
I missed it. He qualified for Boston. I would like you to say congratulations if that's possible.
Should we all say it? What's his name?
Damien.
We'll say congratulations, Damien, on 3. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Damien!
Thank you so much.
Isn't Damien from the Omen?
It's spelled different.
So when we cups of water, it'll be pea soup. Anyway, go on.
If you had to choose, would you rather be a pirate, a cowboy,
Oh, for God's sake. Why is it all so ridiculous? These are used questions. They're used. No, they don't. Maybe from the idiot, baby in a trench coat, you might find What do you really want to know?
I don't know.
Yeah, what do you want to know? You had the guts to get up there at the microphone and be abused by me. What do you really want to know?
I'm pressured to get up here.
Why? Who pressured you? Really? And where are they? Are they in the room? Okay, so you're listening to a bunch of idiots who don't... They're telling you to do stuff. So they told you to jump off a bridge, you did that too. Good luck with that. You didn't have a question, but they made you get up and ask me a question. So I'm going to treat you with the contempt you deserve. Come on, Teddy. You know I have kids, right? My kids said that to me. I go, you're an idiot. So you know. Love you. Bye. Are you getting nervous now? Good. I'm doing my job. What do you want?
So my question was, if you had the power of the trickster, how would you use it?
Why the hell would I want weak powers like that? And Crowley, I am way more powerful. Make sense? Now
in the music industry?
What's my what?
Proudest achievement in the music industry.
I don't know. It's an odd thing. It's a weird and odd thing. It's like, I've played stadiums, I've made records, I've toured, I've played in amazing places. I love the fact that I enjoy it. I love playing Saturday Night Special, I love doing all those things. There's a massive amount of enjoyment that comes from playing live music. It's a weird thing. I've said this lots of times before, but if you're new to this, when you make television, you make it with 150 of your friends. You never see your audience, but I come from live music, live theatre, and you love laughing and making fun of all these idiots asking me questions. Is a connection that is kind of sacred and beautifully organic and changes what goes on. And we don't get that with TV. We do when we come to a convention. That's why doing this is my most fun thing to do here. But the ability to perform, the ability to go out and entertain and rock the world a little is one of the coolest things. So, it's funny. I've got a kid who's becoming very successful in music, and it's fun to watch that too. As the industry has changed, as everything has changed around it, but it's just as exciting. The ability to entertain people is the most wonderful thing. Get lost.
Hi, my question is, why are you so mean?
Is this your first convention?
Second, but you were not
Second?
the one I was at previously.
Where was the other one?
Indianapolis.
Oh, that'd explain everything. Was I there?
No.
Well, that's why. How can you judge me? I'll tell you something really interesting. I've had some very strange things happen to me in my life. Good and bad. Wonderful things happen to me in my life. And it's kind of remarkable that I'm standing on 2 feet and being here for many reasons. By my own hand, I'm sure I wouldn't have made it this far. But if I come to a place such as this, and I do what it is that I do, if I give you Mark, you will think something's really wrong. So I'm actually quite happy and content or whatever, but what you come to see is a little bit of Crowley, and you come to see a little bit of snark and a little bit of anti-Misha sentiment. So it's funny, when I actually am more myself, there's moments, things happen, and some people having a difficult time or whatever, and I tend to be kind of a very different person in that context, as some of you know. But if I don't do this, why the bloody hell would you come and listen to me talk? You get what I'm saying? It is a very odd thing. I'm a custodian of snark. I am genuinely a creature of love. I am genuinely a creature of gratitude. I'm genuinely a creature of inclusion. I'm a creature of, wonder, joy, surprise, bewilderment. Pretty honest. Good friend, good parent, best of times, I guess. I do my damnedest. I do my best, and that's what I do. But when I'm here, you're mine. If you're in trouble, you get a slightly different mark. But welcome to the club. Oh, good gravy. This is totally the wrong sort of Crowley-ish.
My husband's right there.
Yes, I know, I saw it. What's funny is you're both taller than the actors you're portraying. So.
Anyways, my question. I had mentioned to you that I had seen you in the X-Files, and there's a particular scene where you were doing magic tricks for children.
Yeah.
The way you spoke to them was so gentle and just so kind. It felt genuine, it felt real. I wonder how it feels for you to work with kids and to be a father.
I've done a whole bunch of, there's some really funny stuff that I've done with kids, but I don't think I've ever treated it, talked down to a kid. If you communicate with children in an open and honest way, you get a very different reaction than if you talk down to them. Same with anybody, really. But my kids are they're very wordy and very worldly, and they're able to express themselves. I think there's nothing better than finding what they want to do. It's just about making them, when it comes to actors that are young, it's about getting them to listen, and what do you have to do to get their attention? Because if they're not paying attention, you can see it. You see it when you film it. There's a lovely scene that was deleted from an episode which came out on the shaving people, hunting things thing, which is me talking about how miserable I am in a park on a bench, and you suddenly realise I'm talking to a 6-year-old kid. And this kid's face was just alarmingly brilliant because he's watching somebody melting down, having an adult conversation about it. And the mom's like, gets the kid, it's like, you understand, this is not what, and I'm literally giving a soliloquy to a child. But I don't know, I'm just a big kid. I think that's the answer.
Thank you.
In Minnesota, and I gotta know, what's the best piece of advice that you've ever received? Just in
Received?
Yeah.
I'm old, I've received a lot of advice in my life.
Okay, well, what's one that stuck with you that you would share with people? Just about life.
There's so many wonderful things. I'm sober a long time. I spent a lot of time in AA, so there's a lot of pivotal things that I learned there that I didn't learn anywhere else, that made a lot of sense to me. Where no value is found in suffering, healing is instantaneous. Which gives you the unfortunate idea that you must be finding some value in your suffering to not be able to move on from it. So when no value is found in suffering, healing is instantaneous. We have this conversation all the time about the word fan coming from fanatic. And the George Santayana quote is the most interesting version of that, which is a fanatic is one who redoubles his effort when he's lost sight of his aim. And Chuck Jones, the most prolific filmmaker in American history, who created Wile E. Coyote, all these amazing characters, created Wile E. Coyote 2, that's Santayana quote. I've actually seen it in the serigraph, and it says, a fanatic is one who redoubles his effort when he's lost sight of his aim. And that's an illustration of that. Looking for advice, always remember, you got a problem, well, no solution helps know what the problem is. It does. You're doing something that's bringing you uncomfortability or difficulty, stop doing it. Can't stop doing it, get some help. I tend to only trust help from people who've actually been through the things that I'm talking about. So seek the best advice you can. Look at somebody who has what you want and ask them how they got it. And that's usually the greatest way to find those beautiful things. You know? Advice is really easy. Opinion, yeah, you know, as they say, like arseholes, everyone's got one. But the truth is, opinion is no interest to me at all. It's interesting, but experience is second to none. Because if you're doing something and you're surviving something that I don't know how to survive or don't know how to do, and I see you living large and doing well, I may just ask you, how did you get there? And that's when you find those beautiful things, those little things. Make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Mark. I am wondering if there is a song that has meant a lot to you through various stages of your life.
Yes. So,
What would that be?
there's many songs. There's lots of things that when I hear them, I feel certain things. But I've listened to music my whole life, and it doesn't matter where it comes from. I think anything that's made with passion and heart and love is of interest to me. It doesn't matter what the genre is, it doesn't matter the execution even so much, but it's anything, any form of art that is created out of love, or even pain or anything else, which is still in that spectrum of love, I guess, it seems to call to me in a different way. There's a small paragraph in Forward to a Picture of Dorian Gray, and Oscar Wilde says, "Any man who cannot find the beauty in art is a barbarian or a Philistine," or something. I can't remember exactly, but it's true. It's the search, not the result. So it's not the song. It's the want and the desire to hear something that calls to my heart, provides me with the things that are beyond my imagination. But an actual physical single song is not necessarily, you know, the theme from Sesame Street is one of them. There's things, but it's the search, it's the endeavor, it's the looking that matters. Finding is almost irrelevant. It's the search for it, it's the joy. What?
Thank you.
We're getting really heavy here. I love it. Who's your favorite, Jared or Jada? Go on.
It's okay, we all know it's actually Misha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just some guy, don't worry about it.
I've never heard of him.
I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your tattoos.
I have one tattoo.
Okay, then about that tattoo.
I was born the year of the dragon. Koi, dragon koi, dragons, waterfall, koi, one dragon. I'm old, 164.
Okay.
That's my tattoos. What I had a tattoo on. And I was like, fuck it, I've always wanted sleeves and everything else, and I just went to town and I spent a year and a half re-inking a huge portion of my body. Yeah. Well, you know what they say, people with tattoos don't care what people without tattoos think about people with tattoos. But that's the reason why I have that. Also, when I was a kid, I wanted to be tough. I wanted to portray an outward sense of danger because I thought it would protect me. So there was a time when I was tattooed, nobody was tattooed, and it was actually, it would stop you working, it would stop you doing stuff. And I wasn't in the military, I wasn't in the Navy, I wasn't in any of these the branches that we normally get tattooed. So it was an outlawish, visible, but it's an odd thing. It's very personal, it's very weird. But it's about wanting to display something that I'm really not. There you go. Yeah, you don't know whether to clap that one or not. You're going, I like my tattoos. What are you talking about? That Pikachu I have on the side of my elbow is really cool. It wasn't just a permanent solution to a temporary feeling. So.
I got a really deep question for you.
No, you don't.
What's your favorite type of dinosaur?
I'm actually fascinated by the idea that what we think of dinosaurs and what's ingrained into us as dinosaurs is now evolving as well. There may be feathers involved rather than certain ideas of skin. I love that thing of like the T-Rex is closer to us in a timeline than the Stegosaurus. The Stegosaurus to the T-Rex is a longer gap than the T-Rex to us. So our concept of it being a lump of time and an era of time where they all look the same and they're all different versions, different shapes of the same thing, like cars, prehistoric cars. Is the Flintstones is kind of responsible for that. But then there's some of them that didn't exist, and there's some of them they made up or put things. I just find it's wonderful to find what things really are and the fact that we have to change those opinions about them. Yeah, as a kid I was fascinated by dinosaurs. All boys are fascinated by dinosaurs. That's all they give us. I think it's the only toys they give us when we What do you want?
Hello. I had a question. I was wondering if you enjoyed playing Crowley, your character from Firefly, or the character from Leverage. And a follow-up question is if Firefly got another season, if you would come back.
Well, we'd all look a lot older if we came back 15 years after we did the show. I don't think we're the same people. Look, I have a weird thing about that. It's nothing, no one thing is competitive against another. It doesn't work that way. We don't cross the streams. We love what we love and we enjoy what we do. And I'm in a very odd, privileged position that I've been in quite a lot of shows that people love. So it's a lovely thing to be part of, and I enjoy that greatly. And I enjoy the sort of communion that I have with my audience. That I've been there for the last 30 odd years of viewing. I love them all for different reasons. They're all fun to play for different reasons. And you know, they're not all the same by any stretch of the imagination. It's fun. What was the second part?
If there had been another season of Firefly,
Oh, for God's sake,
would
it's
come
all
back.
for that stuff. The only reason why Firefly endures so much is because it was taken away. That's the reason why, because it was a really cool show. I mean, whatever it was, like 11 million viewers, apparently wasn't enough viewers. You know, a year later, 11 million viewers was a huge show. You know, it's like if you change to streaming platforms and all the rest of that stuff afterwards. So if Firefly had come out 5 years later or 6 years later, it'd probably still be on TV for, 397 episodes. But no, I loved it for what it was. It was a fabulously interesting thing to do. But there'll be more, there'll be different, there'll be new. You don't just hold on to what we have, you also look for new. Did you watch Doom Patrol? You didn't watch Doom Patrol? Alright, who here has seen Doom Patrol? Okay, that's a very small amount of people, that explains a lot. Brendan Fraser, Matt Bomer, Timothy Dalton, Diane Guerrero, April Bowlby, Jermaine Wade, Michelle Gomez, Julian Richards in it, Julian Niven's in it. I mean, we've got so many people in that show. Alan Tudyk, who you love. It's an extraordinary show. How many people have been diagnosed with mental health disorders? Come on, be honest. Turn around, everybody, and look. Keep your hands up. Look. Don't catch a ride home with these people. The rest of you are either not been diagnosed yet, or you're but this is the thing, when you get shows that speak to us, like Supernatural does, it speaks to us about family and unity and caring for each other. Those themes are important. If you think of what's going on in the world and how we feel, etc. There are things, the imagination is a wonderful and powerful tool to survive reality. You know, it really is. It's one of those things that, our entertainment, our music, our TV shows, the comic books that we love, the series that we love, those things are all really, really important for our survival. Being able to relate or wish or dream is one of the most important things to be able to do. What I love about Supernatural, I've always loved about Supernatural, its global impact is enormous. For a show that, the most ever had 5 million viewers in America on a first run. I can't walk down the street anywhere in the world on a daily basis without somebody recognizing me from that specifically. And that's because we were on terrestrial television in Brazil, all these other countries, and still are. And what I see is people that are new to Supernatural even now, discovering that this thing is unifying and caring and about themes that are positive in a world that is really, really difficult. And those of you that put your hands up earlier, bless you. Way to take the room there. It was pretty good. It was explosive. But in this world that is difficult, that we struggle in to survive in, isn't it incredible that we have things that we commonly enjoy that bring us together? And then when you get, what I said about fanatic, that's why we call it the Supernatural family, not the Supernatural fandom. It's not a bunch of fanatics. It's a group of people who come together and do an awful lot of good for each other, which I think is mesmerizing and wonderful. And those of you that are parents here, what safer place to bring your kids than the Supernatural convention? It's like the most ridiculous thing that this is such a nicer place on this earth than most other places. Yeah. It's kind of beautiful. kind of works, kind of lovely. So you guys will still keep asking me stupid questions. And I'll still keep giving you stupid answers and try to solve the world's problems. What's next?
I was also going to ask you what your favorite tattoo was, but now I'm just wondering if you have any pets.
What? What's the second bit? You're mumbling.
If you have any pets.
Have any pets? It's really difficult for me to have pets because I'm very privileged to live in a beautiful area that's in the middle of the city that is completely surrounded by wildlife. So my back garden is the Santa Monica Conservancy. Apart from wildfires, we're talking mountain lions, skunks the size of elephants. I mean, there's some serious fauna out there. So it's not an easy thing to have pets in my house, in this house. It's not actually fair to them. I mean, we've got birds that will come and take them away, not pterodactyls. Crows this big. Like, it's this insane amount of wildlife that's actually in and around my house, and I live in the middle of Los Angeles. It's crazy. But it's not practical. A cat will get killed. 2 coyote trails behind my house. You know, it's like, you know, if a fire truck goes past, I can hear coyotes for the next 2 hours. They're encroaching upon us. But yeah, but I love animals. Animals are wonderful things. Beautiful things. Lucky to have them. If they deem to not try to kill you like cats do.